everybody, the king is back! Now for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm wearing sunglasses right now because this video is gonna get me a lot of angry comments because even when I don't intend for videos to make people angry, they get really mad at me regardless, so I'm wearing sunglasses so absolutely no one will ever know who I am. Oh, that's bright. Do I look like enough of a douchebag though? I kinda want it to look like a douchebag for this video. Oh shit, I forgot I even had this. Yo, hold up. Kaboom! Snap back! I feel like I should wear this backwards, actually. Let me look at that bat. Yeah. That's enough of that though, everybody. Welcome to another Nintoonist video, the first one in about 2 months. I have a reason for that. I'll explain it later on. Now, I have a Twitter. I'm sure most of you don't know that because most of you don't follow me there. I have literally a fraction of the amount of followers I have there as compared to YouTube. But if you're as active on Smash Twitter as I am, then you should know that there are a lot of people in the Smash community who simply should not be here. I've just been feeling kinda stressed, kinda pissed off recently, so I thought, you know what? I've been planning to make this video for a super long time. You know what? Why not make it now? Alright, this is an easy one. It's low tier mains who constantly bitch and complain that their character is a fucking low tier. Which to me is the virtual equivalent of just staring at a wall and wondering why it's not fucking moving. It's a fighting game environment. We make tier lists for a reason. It's not because like we just want to prove like what characters are better than others just so we can feel better than you. There's a reason. It's because professional Smash analysts analyze these characters, put them through rigorous testing, see how they advance through the meta, see how bad their matchup spread is, all that kind of shit, to literally prove that the character isn't that good. Now I know what you're thinking.
Nintoonist, you mean Mario. You don't know the struggles of a low tier and the actual skill we have to put forth to be on the Cloud main.
For those of you that haven't seen the video, I mained Jigglypuff for a week. And I already knew that Jigglypuff was one of, if not the worst characters in the game, but maining her for a week against actual good level players, like some of the best players in my state, helped me realize the intricacies of how bad the character is. We make tier lists to present the facts, not to fucking just shit on your main for no reason. Like, no one's coming after you for any reason. Get over it. People who actually waste time with one another arguing over which Smash game is better. Fuck me, man. You would be amazed how many people do this. But the amazing thing is that once you actually analyze it, is that nobody ever really does this in real life. I have never once in my life, like, seen, like, Smashers argue about, oh, bro is better, Smash 4 is better, blah, 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 blah. They usually respect each other based on what game they play, you know, like, oh, you're a Melee player, that's cool, you know, I'm more of a Smash 4 player, that's totally fine, but hey, we both love Smash, right? That's at least what I actually see in real life. But on the fucking internet, totally different story. And this kind of expands onto a bigger issue of grown-ass adults actually arguing with somebody across a screen that they've never fucking seen before in their life. Now I'm sure you at home are sitting here watching this video and you're like, well, at least I know that I am above such pettiness. It really takes a foul specimen of a man to actually waste his time arguing just to feel superior to that of his fellow peers. You've definitely done this before. Everyone has. At the very least, one time in your life, you have had a flame war with somebody on the internet and you've argued with somebody that you do not know or barely know across the screen. You're actually fucking lying to me if you're telling me that you've never done that.
I've never done that.
Now this one has gotta be my favorite. Low-level players saying that they're a free agent in their Twitter bios. You do understand how an esports sponsorship works, right? You work out a deal with the company, you represent their brand, and they take care of some of your needs. Like for a lot, if not most deals at the top level, these organizations typically pay for the players to be able to attend these tournaments. Like they pay for their expenses so they can go to the tournament to represent their brand in front of a live audience. Are you good enough of a player to make top 32, top 16, maybe even top 8 at any of these major or regional tournaments to get on stream in front of all these people and put your brand's name, your esports organization's name in front of your tag? If the answer is no, then guess what? Nobody's trying to fucking sponsor you. It's a deal. It's literally a deal that you represent their brand and they take care of some of your needs in exchange. They might pay for you to go to these tournaments. You're supposed to represent them. So why the fuck would they pay for you to attend tournaments where frankly, they get nothing out of it? If you're not gonna be at like the top level, if you're not gonna be at major high level, you're not gonna place high at the majors or anything, you're not gonna be representing their brand in front of anybody, why the fuck would they pay for your expenses?
Jesus Christ.
Players who smell like shit at tournaments. This is something that just has to go fucking die in a wildfire. Sometimes you go to a tournament and you just take a You just take a whiff in the air and you're like, wow, that smells like a homeless man's butthole. And then you gag and you puke and then you have to leave the tournament because you gagged and you puked. And it just makes for a shittier experience. I have legitimately been distracted during my tournament sets because I have smelt a horrible odor. I shit you not. Sometimes I've just been sitting there playing Ascent and like some smasher will just come sit next to me. I'll be playing friendlies on the other setup and I'll just be like... Please, if you are a Super Smash Bros. Video game esport player, or if you are not a Smash Bros. Esport video game player and you play another fighting game, or if you just like to attend fighting tournaments as a spectator, put on some goddamn deodorant! It's easy! You literally just take a stick. Let me fucking show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now. You take the magical swagger stick, you open it, roll that shit all the way up. You put it under your armpits. Yeah, just like that. You put it under your other armpit, and then, fantastic, you don't smell like a homeless guy anymore. Look, I understand that some smashers get off work and they don't have time to go home and shower before tournaments. I get that. That makes total sense. Like, you don't have time and you really want to go to the tournament after a long day of work. That's totally fine. But if you don't have enough time to shower beforehand, just take like a stick of deodorant and put it in your bag or something, so when you get to the tournament, you can put on deodorant and you won't smell like shit and ruin everybody else's experience. Does that sound good? Can we make a deal about that, please? Anyone? Can we make a fucking deal about that? Good lord. Now this one definitely pisses me off. It's players who treat women different than they would a guy at Smash tournaments. Ladies, fellas, let's be real here. Smash tournaments are fucking sausage fests. There are plenty figureheads in the community that are trying to change this. But if you're one of those guys who has a problem with that, or if you fucking hate Smash Sisters, like even though its primary design is to try and help women be comfortable in a predominantly male environment, which frankly, if you're a dude, you can't really relate to that because you don't know what it's like to be in that kind of environment. Frankly, as a dude, like the other way around, if it's like mostly women and I'm a dude, that from a dude's perspective, that sounds awesome. Do you know how much I would love to get a holodeck? You know like the shit from Star Trek where you can go inside a room and you can imagine any setting you want, any people you want, and it becomes real? Do you have any idea how bad I would love to get a holodeck? Order me up like 6 Christina Hendrixes and just have them all start f***ing me. You have any idea how bad I would actually want that? Well, guess what? A lot of women really don't feel the same. In fact, they go to Smash tournaments, they see that it's mostly dudes, and it makes them kind of uncomfortable. Because let's face it, a lot of Smashers are really socially awkward, some of them are really young and they've never had a girlfriend before, they're virgins, they've never dated anybody, and frankly, some of them just have really, really bad social skills. And when you mesh all of that together, and there's only one woman at a Smash tournament with like fucking 90%, like 70 other dudes at like a local, figuratively, imagine how uncomfortable it has to be for the woman to have that many guys just constantly schlep on them like they're a fucking fire hydrant and they're a bunch of dogs. I myself only have one female friend in the Smash community, but even she has told me stories about how guys have treated her differently and thought of her as less of a player just because she's a woman and they wanted to appear like bigger or more knowledgeable to her to like try and impress her or some shit. So if you are in fact one of those people, I'd like you to do this real quick. I want you to try and turn your neck just as far as you possibly can. I'm not gonna do it because if I do it, I'll die. But like, if you do it properly, then you'll probably die too, and that'll make the community a better place. TLDR about that though, fellas, just try and treat women how you want to be treated. There's no shame in asking a woman out or being kind to her or doing any of that stuff. Like, just treat them how you want to be treated. And if they say no, you back off. Simple as that. But for the most part, I wouldn't even recommend doing that. Like, female smashers, I would assume that most of them aren't coming here to fucking get laid. Let's be real, guys. They're not coming to a Smash tournament to try and get dick.
Unless you're senpai.
Fucking Lilat defenders. Now I get the whole other side of the argument. That there aren't enough stages in this game, there aren't enough competitively viable stages, so Lilat is a necessary evil. Whatever, I get that whole argument. But there is so much shit you see on Lilat that you cannot possibly defend. The whole point of fighting games as an esport is to try and see if one player can outplay another to win the match. So when a player is in a situation, possibly in a defensive situation, or if they need to recover back on stage, and they calculate it properly, they know what their opponent is going to do, they know how to avoid it, it's no big deal. So they're able to get around their option because they picked the right option themselves. When picking the right option in a fighting game no longer works because a glitchy stage is not working the way it's supposed to be working, that's bad. That doesn't make any sense. That has no place in a competitive environment. It just doesn't make any sense. You outplayed your opponent properly. Even if you understand how Lilat works, sometimes you'll just be in a bad enough position to the point where you do the right option and you still die because the stage was tilting the wrong way or wasn't functioning how it was supposed to, and then fucking MVD gets on Twitter, is just like, oh, Lilat's beautiful and perfect. You should have just known at the tilt at that point you're gonna fall through the fucking stage. Shut the fuck up, all of you! Players should not be punished for outplaying their opponent. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, the stage not functioning like how it's supposed to has no place in a fucking competitive environment. The way I see it, we might as well have stages like fucking Pyrosphere legal if we have Lilat legal, because hey, we know how Ridley works, right? He comes onto the stage every couple of minutes, and then while he's on stage, you have to avoid his attacks, and if you beat him up enough, he'll join your side and fight your opponent with you. If we understand how Ridley works, right, then there's no reason that the stage shouldn't be legal. We should just be able to work around him. Do you see the flawed argument there? And don't come at me telling me this shit's different. Yes, Ridley is a stage hazard. Lilat doesn't have stage hazards, but it's different for Lilat, okay? Lilat, the stage is just not functioning like how it's supposed to, and regardless if players like MVD or ESAM or whoever is the Lilat supporter is able to defend Lilat by saying, oh, you should be able to understand the stage and shit, then the way I see it, we should be able to legalize some casual stages because we understand how they work. That's the way I see it. People who constantly bitch and cry and complain about how broken or brain dead a character they hate is. Now this one I'm gonna level with you. I really don't have too expansive of a rant to go on for this one. Nor do I even really have any jokes or anything to compare it to. I'm just gonna simply come out and say it. If the character is that broken or that brain dead and easy to play as, then why are you not playing that character and winning tournaments with them? Why? If the character really is that brain dead stupid to play, that anyone could pick up and anyone can win tournaments with, please tell me why you did not pick up the character and is easily winning tournaments to get money. Why are you not doing that? Next, top tier mains who bitch about lower tiered characters. Now the way I see this one, how the fuck is a Cloud main gonna come out and bitch about how much they hate Pac-Man and how you can't play around any of Pac-Man's tools? Like, bruh, you made Cloud, shut the fuck up. Now this is one I think we can all get behind. People who preach Melee is perfect. You know the ones, it's like the guys from Melee Hell, or people who go on every single Smash 4 video and just preach about how Melee is a much better game and that we're all a bunch of whiny babies who play Smash 4 like a bunch of fucking losers. While in the meantime, he's watching footage of a game that he hates simply so he can leave a comment explaining that he hates it. I want you guys to know that those people are usually just the Fox, the Falco, and the Falcon cockriders. The people who say that Melee is a perfect game because of how sick it is, right? I am telling you guys, 90% of the time, those players who preach about how Melee is perfect are the ones who always complain about Hungrybox, Jigglypuff, and the Ice Climbers. So what you're telling me is that the game is perfect except for all the characters that you hate. Otherwise, everything about the game is perfect and it has absolutely no flaws whatsoever, but the ones that you hate are absolutely shitty and deserve no place in this game. But still, the game is perfect, right? Those characters just don't exist. That's what you're telling me. I mean, the fuck, makes sense to me. Let me go get a drink, you know? Makes perfect fucking sense to me! It's like these dumbass fucking kids find their way to the latest Smash 4 YouTube comment section.
Type about how Melee is better than your shitty Smash 4 games. I bet you guys don't even know how to wave dash, no skill.
Then proceed to go back to their newly UCF modded Super Smash Bros. Melee video game. Because, you know, the game's perfect. That's why we had to mod it, so the dashback gets better, so we can control the characters better. We had to change the perfect game. So it could stay perfect. And last but not least, this one pisses me the fuck off! People who see a top player lose one tournament set and say that they're washed. Now, I know people personally that have done this. I'm not gonna say who they are, but one day in one of our group chats, he said, Mr. R washed, confirmed. He is no longer a top ramen. And that was when MK Leo Saga rolled around, and he said that literally hours before top 16 for MK Leo Saga happened. And guess what? Mr. R beat Zero that very same day. I cannot even tell you how happy I was that Mr. R won that set. Not just because he was the underdog, but because that guy in our group chat said that Mr. R was washed. I just hate it when people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about in this community just go off on these giant-ass tangents about the game, even though they don't even typically win their locals.
That's pretty ironic.
Anyway, that's all I got. Now, I did say at the beginning of this video I was gonna explain to you why I haven't made a video in like 2 months, something like that. And it's the same old BS excuses. It's a new semester of school. School has been bodying me. I don't have time with all my exams and my classes, blah, 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 blah. But I will tell you something. This semester has stressed me out in so many ways that I 100% just did not have time to make videos. It's not just my classes. I have a lot of personal things going on right now, a lot of personal problems that are stressing me out. I've had a couple of issues with my emotions and how I'm growing into some new things and how I'm changing myself. It's a lot of different things at once on top of school and on top of the fact that I need 21 hours of crew work for one of my classes. I'm literally never not busy, guys. I barely have been going to tournaments at all anymore. It's just, for the most part, it's been work, and in the few instances where I actually don't have work to do, yeah. But yeah, I've had a lot of personal problems for the most part that I've been going through. A lot of different things have been changing for me. And it's all good, don't get me wrong. I'm growing. I'm trying to learn from them and I'm trying to grow from them as a person. But on top of those and on top of school and on top of Christmas shopping and on top of me trying to take care of my family's emotional problems as best I can, for reasons I don't really want to explain on camera right now, life has really been taking its toll. This is the most busy I've ever been in my entire life. And I don't even have a job. I live at home with my family still while I commute to school. I don't even have a job, and this is the busiest I've ever been. So imagine me not having a job and just doing school full time and being so busy still that I still don't have enough time to make videos. That is why I haven't been making anything. On top of that, Dennis works nights, so I haven't been able to record another Let's Play with him in a very long time. He's always very busy as well, and when he's not working, he's usually sleeping because he starts his shifts at like 3 in the morning, something like that. He works really late nights, like 4 or 5 nights a week, something like that. So I haven't had the time to really get together with him to make videos either, so there haven't been any Let's Plays either. It's been a mess. But my semester is almost over. And trust me guys, I will eventually be back in full force. And I do also want to get into streaming again. I said I was gonna like stream, like make a schedule for it like a year ago, so there's absolutely no promises there, but that is something I want to do. Long story short, I have not forgotten about you. Which is why I made this video. I've been planning on making this video in particular for months actually, but I just simply have not had the time or the energy to make it. My energy has just been depleting so much as well from all the commuting I do and all the crew work I've been having to do and all these various types of shits. I've been so busy, and when I'm not busy, I'm exhausted. So yeah, that's why there haven't been any videos. I promise you guys though, I will be back in full force eventually. Don't know when, might be a couple weeks, might be like mid next year, but I will be back in full force. In the meantime though, I will still periodically stream and I still will make videos whenever I can. That is a promise I can keep. Last but not least, couple quick announcements before I go. My crew leader started a YouTube channel with his wife. I don't know exactly what kind of videos they're gonna make yet. It's still very brand new. I'm not sure if they have any videos at all yet, but it would absolutely mean the world to me if you could go subscribe to him. There'll be a link to that down in the description below, as well as a link, oh god, the burp. As well as a link to Third Day Esports YouTube channel and to their Twitch channel as well, if you want to watch our VODs from our Twitch streams and our Kingdom Weeklies, or if you want to watch our Kingdom Weeklies live every Thursday night. That'll mean the absolute world to us as well. So if you want to just go down, follow us on those accounts below, that would be absolutely sick. And last but not least, if you haven't yet, then please subscribe to me. I don't make videos as often as I used to, but I still am going to make videos. I have a lot of new videos planned. I have Let's Plays planned that I'm eventually going to do with Dennis once his work schedule changes, which will actually be in like a couple of weeks. His work schedule is going to change, but other than that, I do have stuff planned, so if you could like this video, that'd be great. If you could comment anything down below, that'd be dope. And most importantly, if you could subscribe, that would mean the absolute, true, 100% world to me. And if you could share the video around, that would be dope as well. My name is Nintoonist. Thank you all so much for watching me rant about shit I hate in the Smash community. And that will pretty much do it. Take care, guys. I love you. Mwah. Ciao.